literally just finished recording my updates video, but like I said in that video, I'm having a really hard time with deciding when I'll be able to do things. So I'm just going to start bulk recording for this week at least, right now. So right now I'm going to be doing the top 5 video games in my personal opinion. And as I said, this is an opinion, just like all top whatever lists are. You can't really prove anything wrong, so please be respectful. If you'd like to add your own list or tell me why you think that why you don't agree with me or why you do agree with me, feel free to comment that down below. And so, like I said, I don't know if I said this yet, but none of these are in any particular order. They're just 5 games I really fucking love. And number 1, as you can probably tell in my last video, is Spyro, Year of the Dragon. I see this game as a classic, and I don't really... Well, yeah, I do know why. Because, like, when I first got it, it was one of the first PlayStation 2 games I got. And I knew that I loved Spyro already from Spyro the Dragon, which is the first game. I believe that there's another where Zoe unlocks gates, but that might be one of the few things I liked. Oh, that's from the one where he has the ice ability. Okay, I know what I'm talking about now. I don't know what one that is, though, so if you guys know that, please comment that down below, too, because I would love to get that game as well. But yeah, that's just a classic game to me. When I first got it, I was very sick. It was the first time that I was majorly sick. I had walking pneumonia. And at this point, my father still cared about me, at least to a point. He wanted to make me feel better in one way or another. And obviously, he can't just magically make walking pneumonia disappear, and we already got me to a doctor. I was already on antibiotics and codeine and all kinds of medicine to get me better. So he bought this game for me because he knew that I already loved Spyro. And so he got it, and I just fell in love with it from the beginning. It was so cool. I loved the story. I loved the dialogue. I loved everything about it. I loved finding the eggs. I loved the levels. I loved the worlds. I loved the companions that you got. It was just so cool to me. Number 2 would be Crash Bandicoot Cortez. Yeah, Cortez Strikes Back. This game I also love for the story, and I also really love the gameplay. Before this, I had played Crash Team Racing, which is the very first Crash Bandicoot game, which is on PlayStation 1. And that was so cool to me, too, and it was my very first PlayStation game, so it's good that it was so cool to me, because if it wasn't, I probably wouldn't have ever gotten into the PlayStation to begin with. But this one, I actually enjoyed the story, because that's one thing that I really like about games, is when they have stories. And it's just so cool, and I don't really remember much about it anymore, but I do clearly remember the first level, and, like, Turtle Woods, the pit, Hang 8, then having to defeat Ripperoo. I know that there's a few others in that level, but I can't really remember the names. And then I really loved those snow ones where you got to ride Pola. I think that was his name or her name. Its name. I don't know. Why am I trying to gender identify a polar bear from a video game? Number 3 would be... Fuck, what was number 3? Oh, Kingdom Hearts. Why am I forgetting that? Kingdom Hearts 2. I don't really like Kingdom Hearts 1 that much, and I didn't really like Chain of Memories that much. I thought it was just a little no for me. I didn't get to play any of the other ones, but Kingdom Hearts 2 I thought was so great. When I first played Kingdom Hearts 2, I was at an old friend's house, and at the point that I played it, she was at the Lion King level, and I loved it. That's the thing that got me into it. And so, let's say when I got home, because this was a sleepover, I told my mom that I really wanted to get it. So I got Kingdom Hearts 1 thinking that was it. Played it. Nope, don't like this. This isn't what it is. I didn't like it because it was so easy to just fuck up the game entirely if you didn't know what you were doing. And I hated that. Like, I had to actually read walkthroughs just so that I wouldn't fuck up the entire game. I hate shit like that. So then I got Kingdom Hearts 2 eventually. Played it, and oh my god, I was addicted for so long. I would still be addicted if I still had the game. I need to get that as well. Kingdom Hearts 2 is just fucking love for me. Number 4 would be Frambo. I've probably made references to this 1,000,001 times before on the channel, but if you haven't played the game or watched a playthrough of the game, then it probably doesn't show to you. I mean, obviously you need to know about it in order to get the references. But Fran Bow is a very interesting game, and the creators of the game said that it's to explain her mental illnesses that happened, that she got due to certain types of trauma, and it was so interesting. And just because I feel so, I don't know, it's so Alice in Wonderland-like, and I love that. I love Alice in Wonderland, I love the books, I love the movies. But yeah, it's just so Alice in Wonderland-like, and she's such a sweet little girl, and she has so much passion for learning. She's 10 years old, and it's a very sad story, and it's very sobering to see how much pain a little girl with hallucinations can get into. And it's just, oh my god. I really hope that we get a sequel for that game, because it is just so fucking amazing. And the story is so good too, I think, personally. Although I may be biased, because I'm also very interested in psychological type things. As you can probably tell from me saying in the other video that I'm going to begin some psych books on Saturday, which is tomorrow. I don't know why I'm saying Saturday. But yeah, I just think it's such a good game. And number 5 is Undertale. You probably know this game if you pay attention to games at all, because it is very popular, and it went from just being another little indie game to just exploding. Everybody loves it now. And I get why, because it's so fucking good. And it threw me through a loop, because the first time that I watched it was Jacksepticeye. No surprise there. I'm always mentioning Jacksepticeye. Fuck. Okay, I'm good. And it's just so good, and I expected it to just be this little RPG type game, because those I usually find really boring for the most part. But no, this one just caught my attention so much, and it had such a good story, and I love how much everything is added into it, and I love how the pacifist route goes so differently from the assassin. I don't remember what that route is called, but it's so good to me. If you haven't at least watched a playthrough, I highly suggest it. I especially suggest Jack's playthrough of it. I also suggest his playthrough of Fran Bow. I just suggest all of his videos to you guys, because he is just such an amazing person. He gets me so inspired. I love him so much. But yeah, those are my top 5 videos, guys. If you guys agree, then feel free to comment down below. And feel free to like as well and subscribe. And if you guys don't agree, tell me what parts you don't agree with. Or if you have a completely different list, comment that down below, because I'm interested in hearing what you guys have to say.